Good day, wherever you may be, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to take some time and share with you all some of my thoughts on a few things. First of all, how are you? How are you feeling right now? How are your nerves? On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being you have total peace of mind, and 1 being you're a nervous wreck. Now, I don't think anyone here is at a 1 or a 10, but I would hope that the majority of us are still high up on the scale. You know, there are usually only 2 reasons a person would be motivated to do something or not do something, and that is 1, to gain pleasure, and the other, to avoid pain. Even though that sounds simple, there are times where we could fall into a pattern of always doing things for the purpose of avoiding pain. Where you want to be is a place where you are mostly doing things to gain, and then pleasure comes with it. With everything that is going on today, the immediate threat, we also have to deal with the earth. We also have to deal with challenges in our personal lives, our health, our relationships with others, our finances, all these things. Sometimes there are feelings of powerlessness, and you can feel a tiny burn along your shoulders, a small buildup of rage, all due to our thoughts. Think about it. It truly is your thoughts that create these emotions, just like it's your thoughts that create those emotions of joy. And this is what I really want to discuss, because I don't think people really grasp this concept. I don't think they get it. And even if they do get it, they are not constantly reminding themselves they get it, and so they forget it. Do you read me? We as human beings have special powers. The most valuable of these powers goes unused. It goes into atrophy. And so when people try to use that power, they get thrown off when things around them begin to shift. They get anxious. They lose sight of what they wanted to gain, and now they are focusing on avoiding pain. So with this, I just want to go over with you just a few things that could help us focus more effectively. Some ideas to help us regain control of things happening to us. A brief lesson in mind over matter, and some of the realities behind the law of attraction. You know, there are times in your life when you just have to say stop. And since many of us are remaining in our homes, why not take that time to refocus your energy and regain control of the things that happen to you? Because when using this ability, you bring circumstances, people, and events into your life. Some good, and some that seem to be bad at first. Anything bad happening to you is an indicator that your thoughts are off. And at some point in the recent past, you weren't feeling too good. See, you are not really trying to gain things or even specific people. You are trying to gain a feeling. You want to feel good. That's ultimately what you want. You put that order out into the universe and it starts to deliver. But then something bad happens. At least you think it's bad, and now you shift your focus on trying to avoid pain. You start focusing on loss, the lack of something. And then guess what? The entire order is now all screwed up. The law of attraction does not put everything on hold because of a global X event. There are real-life physics involved here. I've been looking at the number of cases here in the US and they ain't looking too hot. How did we surpass China and they have 1 trillion people over there? This is our best chance if we all could just get those numbers to hold. Because let me tell you, people are already reacting to the side effects of having certain restrictions placed on their lives. Did you guys know that the divorce rate has jumped due to what's happening? And I know many of you can imagine why. Also, think about all the people who had to postpone their weddings. And I'm not trying to be funny, but do you think all of those people will still get married? Birthdays, funerals. Think about all the people who were supposed to travel in to attend these weddings and other events. I learned some people are still going forward with their plans anyway. There are many people out there who are reaching out to strangers in desperation because they are running out of resources. I mean, this is serious, folks. I'm sure you have heard stories of some of the crazy things people are doing in these times. See, we've grown accustomed to treating each other a certain way in this electronic age. And so when the crap hits the fan, the masks drop. But it's not really craziness. People are just being human beings, for the most part. If things continue down this road, we are going to find ourselves in a mastermind of despair. Aside from the bug that is going around, other challenges are on their way, and we really need to prepare mentally for those challenges. And what we have to keep in mind is that our thoughts are what's going to maneuver us through this. We are going to have to make more smart decisions over bad decisions. And one way to know the difference is by assessing how you feel. Ask yourself how it is going to make you feel after making a decision about something. When you put out an order for the universe to deliver, you initially feel good and confident about what you're asking for. And that emotion driving that desire is what makes things go faster for you, because the universe loves speed. That is why when you do ask for something, it is up to you to take action, and you should take action right away. You can't ask the universe for something and then sit on your ass. It doesn't work that way. Also, you don't have to keep asking for the same thing over and over, all day, every day. You put out your order once, you continue to think about it, but you don't have to hold on to the thought of what you want after that. Just the feeling. Now, here's what happens. In order for you to get what you want, the universe has to start moving things around. So things begin to shift. Maybe some of the appointments you may have made for the future are now canceled or changed because you put out your request. Maybe certain people who you normally interact with. Maybe some of the appointments you have made for the future are now canceled or changed because you put out your request. Maybe certain people who you normally interact with, you don't have the opportunity to interact with them as much. Or maybe circumstances keep arising where you can't interact with those individuals. And interestingly enough, new people start working their way into your life. Rules and policies at the job may change. Your car may break down, causing you to take public transportation, or maybe an X event keeps you home, so you have to make certain moves where you're at. Whether it is a good thing or a seemingly bad thing that happens to you, it is because of your using the law of attraction to pull something that you want into your existence or life. When it comes to people, friends, family, romantic relationships, there are people who want to find the love of their life, romance, a partner they can be happy with. One of the issues people have with such a desire is that they tend to focus on one specific person taking attention away from their initial goals. When that person could actually have a counter intention. They may not be in sync with the other person. Things may not line up for both of them. Sometimes people can fall out of sync with each other, and that usually takes reestablishing their initial goals, dreams, desires, for people to fall back in line and then sync back up. What you truly want is that feeling that person gives you. And they are not the only ones that qualify to give you that feeling. So patience is key here. Because even though you want this specific person, the universe could have the better match for you a lot closer than you think. But applying the law of attraction to attract people, opportunities with people come and go before you even know what happened. Before you even realize why this person is there. Overall, however, people are rather easy to attract simply because we are more psychically tuned into each other than most think. And even though you may not find what you want in a specific person, always remember that what you want wants you. Some people coming into your life may be necessary for you to have the opportunity to maybe obtain a certain thing that you want. And maybe those people are there for a season and then gone the next. But you will know that is the case by how naturally occurring it is. When it comes to objects, it's about availability, accessibility, and affordability, which are all things you can attract within your range. What a lot of people have a problem with is they keep trying to figure out how they are going to do something. How am I going to get to work? How am I going to make money? How am I going to eat? How am I going to feed my kids? Oh my, how am I going to get toilet paper? You already start focusing on the lack of something. It doesn't matter if you feel bad. These gravitational forces will just give you more things to feel bad about. Money is a difficult thing to obtain for people, especially now. And the thought process here is that, again, people are concerned about the lack of money. And who can blame them? That is not an easy thing to turn around in your head, especially if you have bills or are in debt. And it is for this very reason you can never, ever, ever let the lack of money bother you. I know this is a hard thing to do given today's circumstances. And besides, you have to want money. Most people just want the things money can buy, but you have to want money. The physical object, cash, or a dollar amount in your account. And you can't just want money. How much money? It should be an amount that gets you excited, but an amount you believe you can get. You know your health and the law of attraction. The human body is on its own quite resilient. Using your mind to heal your body requires a heavy degree of perseverance and sometimes discipline that most people just don't have. Before people can even get that far, there are a growing number of concerns about our mental health. Again, when it comes to the body and mind, it's feeling. If you know that eating good and exercising is going to make you feel better, then that is what you do. You know that if you cut back or stop drinking or smoking, you know that on the other side, you will start to feel better and start to feel good. And then better things start happening to you. Our ability to use the law of attraction can be dampened by what we consume mentally and the food we eat. There are certain forms of media and certain foods that if we consume them, it can bring you down vibrationally. Understand that certain chemicals added to foods are designed to do just that. One of the greatest of challenges is that of being negatively affected by our environment. You know, I have challenges of my own, many. And I know with all things considered, my life is going to be almost completely altered or changed at the end of all this. And I am actually excited for that. What I want to do here is remind everyone of the ability we possess to direct and redirect our lives. Because there are people out there right now who are losing it. That and a lot of other things. And that combination doesn't make for a mentally well individual. You see, when people get desperate, law of attraction, all that stuff goes right out the window. Their beliefs change, showing their level of misunderstanding. I've said this before in multiple presentations that you cannot control the rain. You can only control how you are affected by the rain. This is about mind over matter, everyone. This is about you controlling physical objects around you, drawing them in closer, attracting them to you. More people are going to need to exercise what they've learned about the mind, as mental challenges are coming right along with the physical. If you are having trouble with things, your thoughts are what you have to change first. Even in a crisis, you have to be able to overcome your challenges. You have some books you want to read, some audios you want to listen to. You want to educate yourself on some things you didn't have time to before. Now is probably a good time to consider doing so. Let me tell you, the numbers do not look good over here. But keep in mind, we do also have quite a few major cities just here in the US alone. It seems we are past mitigation, and the only thing that is going to stop this is more and more people respecting this bug. This is the matter at hand, this bug. It's affecting people's lives in a variety of ways, and for most of us, not in a good way. Using the mind to control this matter is going to take people recentering themselves to create opportunities that allow them to take action. I think if we came to a better understanding of what we are capable of, I think we would see a clearing coming over the horizon. Again, this is just me having a chat with you all about something I think we all need to be reminded of. And where you go from here is up to you. God has already given you all the ability to do certain things, to manifest certain things into your lives. I recently released a part 2 of a Q&A I did. Go back and check that out, particularly the last 5 minutes or so. There is a powerful message there. I know that I will be applying many things I have learned over the years so that I will be able to come out of this on top. I recommend that you all do the same.